Hello students, welcome to the class of Web Technology. Today let us discuss the following topics. Introducing forms, form control elements. So what is a form in HTML? Forms provide the user with an alternative way to interact with the web server. So forms are actually an alternative way to interact with the web server. So using the form, the user can enter text, choose items from the list and also click on buttons. So what is the structure of a form? So how do you create a form in HTML, that is using the form element? So this form element is actually a container for other elements. Other elements in the sense like other input elements can contain within the form, even the plain text and even other HTML elements. So you can look at the example. Here we have a simple HTML form and it is being styled using CSS. So here you are entering the first name. So text you are entering, last name also you are entering the text, country you are actually selecting an item from the list, and finally you are clicking on this button, that is submit. Now how the forms work? So here you can observe the user sitting in front of the system. He actually sends a request for a particular HTML page to fill up the form. So that HTML page contains the form. So that request is sent to the web server. Now the browser will return that HTML document that contains the form to the user. Now the user fills the form and submits the form. So again, whatever data has been entered into the form, that is being sent to the web server. So this data entered should be processed by some server-side scripting language. Now, query string, how the browser actually sends the data to the server. So you can say through HTTP request, okay, but how actually data is packaged in that request? The browser actually packages the user's input data into something called a query string. So you can observe that. Simple example is you check your results by logging into the V2 site. So you put your USN and click on submit button. So immediately it will move to the result page and you can observe in the address bar the address there. You will be having a question mark and after that your USN will appear 4CB17IS like that. So that portion is actually the query string. So query string is a series of name equal to value pairs separated by ampersands also you can see. So like here, now in this form the user enters the title, Central Park, country United States, and he clicks on submit. So immediately it moves to the next page. Okay, and there you can see in the address bar it will appear some data. Along with that, the query string will appear, that is title will be equal to Central plus Park and where is equal to United plus States. So instead if you are checking the results, it will come where USN is equal to 4CB17IS020 like that. Now form element. So form tag contains two attributes. One is the action, another one is the method. So action attribute specifies the URL of the server side resource that will actually process the form data. So action is equal to some file name .php. So actually it will be the URL of the server side program which is actually processing the form data. Next, method attribute specifies how the query string data will be transmitted from the browser to the server. So there are two attributes, keep in mind. One is the action. It specifies the URL of the server side that will process the form data, and method attribute specifies how the query string data will be transmitted from the browser to the server. So there are two possibilities in this method. One is get and another one is post. So here you can see method is equal to get, and action is equal to process.php. So this is actually the server side program which is going to process the data entered by the user. Method is equal to get. Now when I write method is equal to get, it will appear. You click on submit button, then immediately in the next page, the address bar, you observe that it will appear process.php is this file name, question mark. Now comes your query string. Title is equal to central plus park ampersand. Okay. Where is equal to United plus States. So name is equal to value text. So this entire thing is your query string. But when I use method is equal to post, just look here, process.php HTTP 1.1. There is no query string here. Okay. So you can look at the difference here, get and post. In get, data can be clearly seen in the address bar. This may be an advantage during development stage, but it is disadvantage in production stage. So data remains in browser history and cache. Again, this may be beneficial to some users. Like if you forget the password now, you can save your password, isn't it? You have that option, or bookmark it. That is all advantage, but still it is a risk. Security threat is there, like someone can hack your information. So data can be bookmarked. Again, it's advantage and disadvantage. In post, data can contain binary data, so data is completely hidden from the user, and submitted data is not stored in cache, history or bookmarks. So best one is post. Now next, form control elements. Which are they? We have button. Okay. It is defines a clickable button, means button is used to click. So once I click it, some action will be performed. Data list defines list of predefined values to use with input fields. Field set groups related elements in a form together, that is field set. Form defines the form container. Input defines an input field, either text or either a radio button, like that. Submit button. Label defines a label for a form input element. Option defines an option in a multi-item list. Many items are there. No? Select defines a multi-item list. Out of many items, you can select a particular item. Text area defines a multi-line text entry box. You want to enter several lines of text, means like composing a message. Okay. Now text input controls will study in detail. We have just text. Just text means it creates a single line text entry box. Means input type is equal to text. Only one line of text you can enter. Text area means many you can enter. Password. It creates a single line text entry box for a password. So password should not be seen, isn't it? So you can use star there. Okay. Then there are several one, you can go through it. See, input type is equal to text. If I write, so one box has appeared, you can enter one line of text there. Now text area means, see, you can enter so many lines of text here. Password, how your password is appearing in dot or star, whatever. Okay. Now we'll move on to choice controls. Now choice control means forms also provide the user to select an option from a group of choices. So we are using select element to create a multi-line box for selecting one or more items. The options, how you are defining, is using option tag. So that can be hidden in a drop down list. You can hide it, or multiple rows of the list is visible. So you can just, I'll just tell here, see here, select. Okay, select element is used to create a multi-line box for selecting one or more items. So select we have used. Select name is equal to choices. So for that purpose, you have to use this select element. Okay, name is equal to choices. Now options I have created, first, second, third. It is not shown because it's written, it can be hidden in a drop down list. So it's not shown. And also there is given here selected, means in that list of items, second is selected. So it shows here Second is selected. Second is selected. You can see that blue color. Okay. Next, radio button selects a single item from a small list of choices and all the choices are visible. Here it is not visible. Select. It's not visible. You have to actually click here, then it will display the drop down list, and in that you have to select. Okay. So here you have to define a radio button using input type is equal to radio. Means it defines a radio button. And again, checked attribute if you use, it is used to indicate the default choice. Now see here, you have one example here. Radio buttons. These are all radio buttons. These are all. So here this radio button has been selected. Only one you can select, no? So input type is equal to radio, ID is equal to mail, name. See, name is important. Name should be same all through because you are referencing through that name only in your entire program. And value you have to specify. That will appear here, male, here female, here other. Next, check boxes. Check boxes are square boxes that is ticked when activated. So check boxes, what they do is let a user select one or more options also you can select. In radio button that is not possible. It is not possible. Even in your choice control drop down list also it's not possible. So here how do you add a checkbox? That is using input type is equal to checkbox. So it will create a checkbox. Now you see here checkboxes. I have selected 2 checkboxes. So that is possible. So how do you create it? Input type is equal to checkbox. ID is equal to vehicle 1 name. This name should vehicle 1 and the value should be here only. Okay. So label value is equal to bike. Label for is equal to vehicle. I have a bike. That is the label here. Now button controls also, we have different types of buttons. One is submit button. You have seen here input type is equal to submit. It creates a button that submits the form data to the server. Now input type is equal to reset if I do. It clears a button, creates a button that clears any of the users already entered form data. Okay, it will clear whatever user has entered. Input type is equal to button just means you can create a custom button. So this button may require JavaScript for it to actually perform any action. Now input type, because you're creating a custom button, so you have to write the code in order to function. Input type is equal to image. Now you can create a custom submit button that uses an image for its display. So like this. So you have submit button, reset button. This is custom button. So you're specifying input type is equal to button. Value is equal to click me. Upon this it will be, the value will appear, that is click me. So when you click on it, some action should be performed. When I click on submit button, the form will be submitted. Okay. Then this all, image you can put, email, all those. Now specialized controls are, we have number control, number control and range control. So numeric values you can specify in number control. So you can look here, rate this photo. So label, it is created using label. Now input type is equal to number means I can set here minimum 1 and max to 5, 1 to 5. Same thing, range controls, we are using the sliders type. So you have to specify input type is equal to range. So we are starting min is equal to 0, max is equal to 10. Then same thing, we have date and time controls also. Date we have, which will create a general date input control. Like it's in the format year, month, date. Next time, it creates a time input control. The format is hour, minute, second. Date time, if you do, it creates a control in which the user can enter a date and time also. Date time local means it creates a control in which the user can enter a date and time without specifying a time zone. Month, creates a control in which the user can enter a month in a year, and week creates a control in which the user can specify a week in a year. You can see here, input type is equal to date. Just date it will specify. Suppose time means only just time. Now date time means both date and time will appear. And if date time local means date and time, but the time zone will be not specified. Okay. Thank you.